Hey y'all, so I thought I'd bring you along with me to go through this weight loss journey I'm going on. I have decided to go with the Ideal Protein program. Where I went to, it's a chiropractor's office, but they do this weight loss program inside of their office facility. So, um, basically it's a ketogenic type diet, but don't let that confuse you with the regular keto diet. Like when I heard keto, I thought, oh cool, I'll get to have butter and cheese and bacon, and no, that's totally different than what this thing is. This is a very strict diet. I have been struggling with my weight for years. I had found something that helped me lose like 25 pounds, but after that I've been kind of stalled out and still eating what I want to eat, for the most part, and I just really needed something with some structure and someone to hold me accountable, and I'm just really desperate, and I want to get this weight off of me so I can have some energy and live life how I want to live it again. So, let's see, where do I begin? So this, I'm gonna just, tell you what it's like at the clinic and what to kind of expect. I know every clinic is different. They might have little things they do at one, they don't do at other, or whatever the case may be. And I know even the price can be very different, and how they do the pricing can be different from place to place. Some of them charge you kind of as you go, and some of them charge you for the whole year. So it's very different. I will tell you right off top, this is not a cheap diet. If you don't have $500 or more per month to buy their supplements and their replacement meals, you might want to wait, because every week you're going to be spending, I'd say, around 150, depending on what you get. I mean, at least 100 a week on stuff. And then you take several supplements, because there's so many foods that you can't eat while you're on this plan. So, yeah, it's definitely not a cheap diet at all. So yeah, now that I got that out the way, I just want to be honest with you, because I know I hate it when people are telling you about, all the ins and outs of some great diet and they don't mention the price. And you're thinking, at least I was thinking, tell me the price so I know if I can even do this. Like, I'm not even going to listen to this if it's, a certain amount. So I'm telling you right at the beginning, this is not a cheap diet. So, let's see. So when you go in, they play a video for you, and they explain to you how the program works, tells you a little bit about things that you're not going to be eating, things that you can eat, and they give you a little folder with like a grocery list of things that you can eat. And then I was kind of surprised by this. They do that. You think you're going to get started that day, but no, they do that. And then you have another consultation on another day. That was actually a little bit irritating to me, because I was so ready to get started when I got there. I guess they kind of want to give you a chance to look at that folder and really think about it and look at the foods that you can eat. And I guess, some people might look at that and be like, oh, that's all I can eat. No, thank you, But anyway, so you go again for your consultation, and this might not be how they all do it, but this is how the one that I went to did it. You go again, and this is where they put you in a little room and tell you how much it's going to cost. Yeah. So, for me, it was a pretty hefty fee to begin, and that's not even counting the supplements and the food that you have to buy every week. Now, with the fee that you pay up front, and everywhere is different depending on what state you're in or whatever the case may be. So you'll just have to see how much yours is there, because I've Googled different prices and they vary drastically. I mean, like hundreds of dollars and varying of price, and even how they do the pricing. So, let's see. What else did they do? They let me try some of the chips, which were tasty, and they let me try some of the drink while I was there on the first meeting, which I wasn't crazy about the drink mix, but the chips were pretty okay. So, I paid the fee, and the price of that included this bag of foods that you get to last you. There's more than enough food there for the whole week that you'll be doing the diet for. Well, you're going to be doing the diet for the whole time. You stay in phase 1 the whole time you are losing weight. So you go there every week to weigh in and then get more food and more supplements if you need them. So far, I think my supplements are going to last at least the whole month, but eventually you'll need some more. So, in your bag, they give you a shaker bottle. They give you several soups, or at least, and every clinic might do this different, but I had some water enhancers, some teas, soups, I had some puddings, I had some pastas, some omelets, and all of it is pretty much like space food. Like, it looks like something a space, you would think like an astronaut would take into space. I'll show you some of them. So, like, some of their packets it's going to look like this. Like, it's just little packets, okay? And that's what most of it is. They do have chips and things, but they don't taste like regular chips. But they're pretty good. The chips are one of my favorite things. Now, I'll be completely honest with you. A lot of the food is disgusting, in my opinion. The cappuccino mix, I don't know what they got in it, but it's gross. Let's see. Pretty much all the soups are pretty much gross as far as I'm concerned. Let's see. Now, I've heard that I'm going to buy this cookbook. There's some kind of cookbook where you can take the packets and add things that you're allowed to have and make other things out of it. So, yeah, there's that. But there is some things that are really good. The chocolate shake and the vanilla shake I thought were really good. The cheese omelet mix was really good. But yeah, a lot of it is just not that great. So, when they give you the first bag, it's to kind of help you try everything out. That way you'll know what you do want to order when you go in there again. So, you might want to, even if you think you might not like it, go ahead and try it. That way you'll know when you go in there, because they're going to be ready for you with that little clip paper wanting you to order some more replacements food. So make sure you know which ones you like so you don't have to think while, they're sitting there waiting for you to make a decision. Let me see. You can have coffee, but like I used to have, my creamy and dreamy coffee creamer, but no more of that. You get like a teaspoon of milk and some stevia, which I've always not been a fan of stevia. I think it's got a terrible aftertaste, but hey, I'm desperate to get these pounds off me, so stevia is what it is. You can't even have Splenda. Let's see, you can't have a Diet Coke. You cannot, okay? They even told me to stop taking, like, my random vitamins that I was taking, so you just take their supplements. I'll be honest with you, it's hard, I'm going on 2 weeks now, but, it's been difficult, it's been difficult. A lot of it has been difficult, mentally, because whenever I'm feeling some type of way, used to, I'd go grab me a glass of wine or a mixed drink or, a cookie or some chips or a cheese stick or, that's all gone. No matter how I'm feeling, oh well, drink some water. Let's see. Physically, it's hard because, you miss eating the food that you like to eat. Some of the food you literally just are like trying to choke it down just to get, your nourishment for the day. So that's been tough. And then just keeping on plan with it. Like, it's very doable. You can do it if you want to do it, but it's not like anything else. You know, you have to work for it. So, I try to make sure I'm home at dinner, you know, because you're supposed to have your lean protein and like, every day you have to have 4 cups of certain types of vegetables. So, you know, if you're out and about, you're in the mall, where are you going to get 4 cups of vegetables and a lean protein, and it can't be cooked in any kind of oil or anything, you know, so you don't know what they're cooking. Even their marinade, somebody marinated the meat in, could totally mess you up. And like, this is a diet you cannot cheat on, so one single bite of the wrong thing could mess you up. You've been on this, say you've been doing it for 4 weeks and you take one bite of the wrong thing, it can really mess you up because it messes with your, you know, your blood sugar levels and stuff. So you have to be very careful, especially when you're eating out. I try not to eat out at all right now while I'm in the weight loss phase of it. So that I know what I'm getting. Even, like, I mean, really, let's be honest. Even if you tell a waiter or a waitress, hey, can you make sure they don't, you know, I mean, you would hope that they do it right, but just to take the risk of them cooking it in something it shouldn't be cooked in that could mess your whole thing up is just very scary to me. So I'm just kind of trying to stay away from the restaurants altogether just for now. So just to give you the ins and outs of it, or the short version, you're going to have your breakfast is one of their packets, and all their packets they consider the same pretty much. So you don't have to pick a specific one. You don't have to pick one that says breakfast or pick one that says dinner. A packet is a packet. So if you want to have their pasta packet for breakfast, you could do that. Now, when I say pasta packet, don't get excited. It's literally about maybe 6 tablespoons of pasta that seems to be made out of some sort of vegetable product. I'm not really sure, but it's certainly not regular pasta. It's not really that good, but it's edible. You know, it's edible. They have mixes where the mix could be like, say you're not hungry or you're in a rush and you can't be eating, you know, something and cooking something and microwaving something. They have a drink mix, so you could just put it in your sugar bottle and have that. So I'll give you an example. So for breakfast, I had the chocolate shake and I had my coffee, which the coffee is very different now that I can't have my what is it, International Delight, I think it was, my creamy dreamy wondrous creamer. So now I just have the black coffee and the stevia, packet of stevia with you get just a half a teaspoon of either half and half or milk. So yeah, I've been doing the half and half, and I'm telling you what, it is not the same at all. But you know, at least you can have coffee, you know. So I do that. You have to have your salt, a quarter a teaspoon of salt every day. I guess that's to help you keep your electrolytes and stuff up, because on this diet you lose a lot of your fluids and electrolytes and stuff, so it's very important you take all the supplements and make sure you take that salt. I don't care if you put it in some water and just drink it, you take that salt. And if you go over the salt, don't be too concerned, because I heard that it was almost impossible to have too much salt on this diet because your body just pees it out so often. So yeah, I will tell you that the first several days I got really sick. I guess it was like the keto flu or whatever they call it. But I mean, I was sick, like really sick, like contemplating stopping sick. I had a headache that was just so terrible. And I felt nauseous. and like dizzy and just woozy. And I felt like that for like 2 whole days pretty much. And I didn't do hardly anything those 2 days. So just be prepared that that's probably going to come for you, and just try to, push through it. And you can talk to your coach. They can give you things to do. Make sure you're drinking your water. And I took, my coach told me to just take a shot of the salt, like take the salt and just, mix it in some water and just drink it real fast. So I did that, and it helped almost instantly. And I thought that I was getting enough salt. So I took that shot on top of the salt that I'd already had. So evidently I wasn't getting enough salt. I'm sure it also depends on how heavy you are and stuff. I'm a pretty big girl, so, I needed that salt. I got it, and I felt so much better. So now I make sure that I try to go overboard a little bit on the salt to make sure that I don't go under. You have to drink plenty of water. I believe it's 64 ounces a day, and even more water if you have coffee or tea. So yeah, that's pretty much it. You're going to have a packet for breakfast, and then for lunch you have another packet, 2 cups of vegetables. And for dinner, you have 4 to 6 ounces of lean protein. They give you certain meats and stuff you can have. And your other 2 cups of vegetables. And then you have a snack. And your snack is another one of their packets. So you're having 3 of their packets a day. And your 4 cups of vegetables and your 1 lean protein. And that is it. Okay, so it's simple, but it's not easy. No alcohol whatsoever. It can mess you up on losing weight, and it can also make you very sick and even send you to the hospital. So no alcohol. Yeah, so that's about it for now. I'm gonna share, with you how I've changed and stuff. So this, doesn't really let you see completely what I look like, but you have a clue. I'm not small. I got the neck and big old cheeks, and I've always had a lot of weight in my stomach, which I think helps me because I'm pretty good at hiding it. But, yeah, I started at 246.6, and I am now 240, I believe. So I've already lost that just in this little bit of time, and I'm going into my second week now. So yeah, I just hope to keep losing that many pounds in the first week. I went from the you might as well say 247 to 240 in a week. Losing that much the first week was certainly very motivating, and I'm committed and determined to stick with this until I get down to my goal weight. The number right now looks very big, like it's gonna be like over 70 pounds, and it seems so daunting. And so my mind, the negative side of me is saying, you can't even have a beer. You can't even have a glass of wine. Like, how are you going to do this, like, day in and day out for, like, all this time to come? Like, man, I don't know if you're going to make it. But, I'm just trying to take it day to day and stick to it. I'm worth it. My daughter's worth it. And trying to set a better example for her. And that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to stick with this. And so I'm going to try to post a video at least once a week and let you know how I'm doing. And please send me some comments, some love. If you have any questions, post them. Please share the video, subscribe so you can, keep up with if I've failed or not. I'm hoping that let's not say hoping. I'll say I'm going to do this. I'm doing this. So, I need all the support that I can get. I don't have a lot of support. I'm a single parent. It's just me and my daughter. So yeah, please send me some hearts, some smiley faces, some anything. I need help. I'm trying to get down to like 170 is my goal weight. It's my reasonable goal weight. I mean, ideally, in a perfect world, I would like to get down to like 145 or 150. But I would be very, very happy at 170. So, like, shoot, like, I've even looked at pictures of myself when I was like 200 pounds, and I was like, wow, you were so much skinnier then. So, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So, yeah, show me some love. And thank you for tuning in and listening to me ramble on for this long. And I will see you next week, hopefully. I'll see you next week. Bye.